Okay, so when plans go to crap. Welcome back to the Happy Place Diaries.
I'm Teresa.
And I'm Jerry, and it is collaboration time again. Yeah, we have taken a pretty hefty break there through the holidays. It was time to regroup. So with the startup of the collaborations, we also switched things up a little bit. And so who's in the collaboration?
We have the Roadsmiths, the Our Everyday Getaway, the Brazen Bricks, and the Tree Talker, the Traveler.
Yeah, and us.
Yay!
And we're in. And this topic to kick off the new year is, what do we do when our plans go to crap? And we're going to talk about four things. Because if you've RV'd for any length of time, I mean, let's just put it this way. If you've ever taken your RV off the lot, something's happened. And so we're going to talk about 4 areas that we've experienced when plans had to change, when all the plans went to crap, and maybe not in a very dramatic fashion, but when things went bad, how we reacted to them. So let's dive right in. All right, first things first, because we're camped up here at L. Stubbs Stewart State Park right now.
And it's snowing.
We are snowed in. And the plans could have changed. But what we decided to do was get ahead of the storm, get into camp, because we knew once we got here, things would be fine.
We'd be fine.
And if the weather's so bad that we couldn't leave here, that would also mean that the schools are closed, so it wouldn't matter if we were still up here. So weather has a huge impact on plans, and yeah, we've had to divert.
Yes.
Because of storms. We have had to move our travel time because of storms, which happened this time. Check-in time isn't until 4 o'clock here, but we decided to leave the house at 9:30. It's a 45-minute drive. Took us an hour and a half to get here. The Rangers let us in because there's nobody really here. And we just went about our business, but we got ahead of it. And when everything went to crap, we just stayed the course.
And slowed down.
Slowed things down.
Slowed down a lot. So
got up here. We knew it was going to be cold. We filled up the fresh tank. We got plenty of water. We got plenty of propane. We got plenty of heat, food, bourbon. We're good to go. But weather is a big thing that impacts plans.
Exactly.
Yep. So what's number 2?
Number 2 is family.
Family.
And sometimes we have to divert because of a family illness, a wedding came up, a funeral came up.
Somebody decides to have a birth.
And someone decides to have, a hole in his little heart.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, family is a major thing.
Yeah, and especially, well, not just full-timers, but anybody that has made like summer plans and you're going to go off and gallivant around the country all summer, and then something happens. And so you start throwing the decisions up there. Do we stay? Do we go? Do we cut our trip short?
Oh, I get the baby thing. When Leslie and Dustin's daughter decided to have a baby.
Yeah, they had to cut their trip short by a whole month.
Well, and we had to change all of our plans because they were coming out to see us.
Yeah.
And not us going back there. So there was a lot of change, a lot of calling and canceling and
redoing a whole itinerary. Yes. So family plays a big part. And if you're like us, we like to be with our family for significant events,
right,
for birthdays and holidays and all that stuff. And we're starting to get into sports and dance and, programs at the school, yes, and whatnot.
Yes, we are.
So that changes the way plans get made. And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
What's the next one, Jer?
So number 3 is, what happens when the rig decides it doesn't want to cooperate? So we've all experienced, breakdowns. We had a massive breakdown right outside of
Salt Lake City?
Casper, Wyoming.
Oh, yes.
Casper, Wyoming. And we had one of our hubs that decided to essentially catch on fire. We limped our way down into Casper, found a repair shop, thought we were going to be stuck in Casper for a couple days. Luckily, they got us right on the road in a couple hours. But things happen. So you have to have an emergency fund, and you have to just take it as it comes.
Right.
We could have absolutely panicked and decided that was going to be the end of a long trip that summer. And we were meeting people that day.
Yes.
And, so we made a couple phone calls. We got things fixed. And look, the bottom line is, if we did have to stay in Casper for a couple of days, well, then you got to stay in Casper for a couple of days.
Right.
It is what it is. We're currently going through some issues with this wall right here. It's not going to stop us from going camping, because that's not a showstopper, but it's actually that wall right there.
But when it does, when we have to take it in,
then we're going to be out of a trailer for a couple weeks maybe.
Right.
So we just, adjust our plans, and maybe we don't go out that month, or whatever.
We rent a cabin.
Or we rent a cabin, or
we do something.
Whatever, but we're not going to let it dictate our attitude and stuff like that. It just is what it is. And if you own an RV, you're going to have to do repairs. That you have the chance of something breaking down while you're out on the road. So you can either throw your hands in the air and give up, or you could just roll with the punches
and go.
And just keep moving forward.
What about the last one, Jerry?
The last one is near and dear to our heart. And if you've watched our channel in the last month, you know that we had a change in our lifestyle. We no longer felt the need that we needed to be full-time living in a trailer. And so a change in the lifestyle might just happen when you were in the throes of, in our case, full-time RV living, and you decide, I don't want to do that anymore. So what does that look like? Well, we know that we want to continue to RV.
Oh, definitely.
And so we're just going to get a smaller rig and do all that stuff. But a change in your lifestyle, whether it is because of a medical emergency, maybe your health changed and you have to bail out of RVing.
You got to take care of family members.
You got to take care of moms and older parents and things like that. Well, you have decisions to make. So, but that could definitely throw, a twist in your plans. And, how you react to that obviously is going to be, based on the circumstance. And I'll just say, in our case, aging mom, my folks are getting older, and we've talked about this in a previous video, that we decided that we just couldn't be full time. And so, like I just said, we're going to buy a smaller rig, get out of this 41 footer.
We don't need it anymore. We're not living in it. So that was the only reason that we bought it. So now. But
we're going to continue to be RVers, and we're just going to roll with it, and then maybe one day down the road we go full time again. Who knows? Our grandkids are getting older. They're actually getting to the point where they're fun to hang out with.
Yes.
And, like I said earlier, there's sports and programs and all of that stuff. But a change in your lifestyle can affect you, and you just got to roll with it. And that's our attitude. Just roll with it. So we'd be really curious to hear what your attitude is, or the way that you roll with the punches. Or do you just say, screw it, it's snowing, we're selling in the RV, and we're never going camping again? Or, I got a health emergency and got to come off the road, and we're just going to sell everything. And that could be an option.
Let us know.
Let us know in the comment section below. We really want to know. Hey, if you found any value in this video, give us a thumbs up.
Tell a friend.
And don't forget, hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell. That'll let you know when we put videos out again. But most important, after we're done yapping here, go ahead and watch all the other videos from the Roadsmiths, the Brazen Brits, the Tree Talker, the Traveler, and our Everyday Getaway. I'm sure we're going to want to see, because we know all of these people, and they've all had changes in their lifestyle. They've all had to deal with weather and family
Yep.
and all of that stuff. So we're curious to see and hear how they reacted. Anyway, with that,
See you next time.
see you in the next video and the next collab.